It's a great pleasure for me to be here with you, together with our UNDP partner and friends. Today, we celebrate here for the first time in Belapolia, the Day for Rural Women. And as I was saying earlier in our meeting, it is not a coincidence that this comes just a day before we celebrate World Food Day, which I hope you will all join me in the celebrations for World Food Day on the 16th of October, a day that is memorable for us in the Food and Agriculture Organization, which was the birthday of FAO in 1945, after the Second World War, when people were looking for food security after devastating effects of the Second World War. Unfortunately, so many years later, and even before we just complete our 80th birthday next year, we still are looking at issues of food security in our planet. Today, rural women are being celebrated as a pillar of our society. To answer the rhetoric that my friend and colleague Katrina said, who are the rural women? She is my colleague, she's my sister, she's my mother. She is everyone basically. She is half of that society. And whoever has or can overlook it is only blind. Because rural women, it's through rural women that we can have development, through women that we can have economic development and social development to our countries. I would like to take this opportunity to inform you that in 2026 it will be the International Year of the Woman Farmer, again in recognition of the role of agriculture and women in development of rural areas. This recognition highlights the necessity of the acknowledgement of women's vital role in agriculture and rural development globally, not only in Montenegro. FAO's flagship report on the status of women has raised several issues. One of them, actually, which attracted to my attention, is that equal opportunity for women would mean an increase in the global GDP of $1 trillion. Just basically a one-off, if we have equitable treatment, access to land, access to inputs, would mean an increase in the GDP, global GDP of $1 trillion. FAO pays particular attention to generating evidence and knowledge on the status of rural women in agri-food systems at the country level. Country gender assessments or gender profiles help, among other things, to have knowledge sharing and advocacy for the role of women in Montenegro and in Europe and Central Asia in general. These assessments identify gaps, outline key challenges that women farmers face, and suggest evidence-based solutions for improving their status. I'm very happy to be here today, not alone, but with UNDP. And I would like to basically pay tribute, particularly to Katrina and Katya, actually, for coming up with the name of Empower Her. I was just basically telling Katrina, I'm really impressed and I would like to know who was behind it. So congratulations on this. I would like also to thank my colleague, Giovanna, who together with the colleagues on UNDP are doing and acting as one, UN as one, working for Belapolia, for rural women. And I promise you basically with my colleagues in UNDP that this might be the first time that you see us together here in Belapolia, but it's definitely not going to be the last time. And on different projects that also are aiming at rural development and women. Montenegro has shown a strong commitment to gender equality, which is actually really encouraging for us, and particularly in policies, with mechanisms in place for gender analysis throughout the state planning decision-making process. The discussions held today with women farmers, entrepreneurs, government officials at all levels, agencies and rural civil society organizations are an important step forward for achieving the goals of Empower. The platform for dialogue will help develop practical recommendations that prioritize the needs of rural women, with a focus on enhancing economic, environmental sustainability, and building climate resilience in Montenegro.